Oh, hey, balloon. It's our balloon.
Oh, hey.
Does she have scissors?
What's going on?
Oh, just hanging out.
What's she doing?
What? I wonder what's going to happen with
scissors.
scissors.
What is she doing?
I hope everything's okay.
She's doing what to the balloon?
That's really
What's
nice.
going on?
That's so nice.
Oh, that's
good.
really
I love
nice.
that balloon.
That's
so
good.
nice.
Wait, no, what are you doing? No, no, no! Oh my God! Oh God! I'm pissing everywhere. There's piss.
A few moments later.
God, I don't know how I'm gonna recover from that. Hard. Oh God, you balloon murderer! You. Oh, what's going on? What's that?
What's happening?
Is that? I mean,
Oh, that's nice.
Okay.
Nice balloon.
Red, very red and happy.
Yeah.
Hey, is it smiling? Got a new balloon, guys. So here's what we're gonna do. Also, I'm still a little sick, so excuse my voice. But we're gonna have a little mini contest of naming our new balloon. Leave a comment on what you want to name this balloon. Whoever's comment gets the most likes will be the winner. Sorry for like brutally stabbing our old one. Anyway, yeah, I wanted to keep the meme alive, so. Well, today I got a fun one for you. Last week, one of you guys sent me a DM on Instagram that was like, hey, there's this ARBONNE team chat going on in a couple days. Maybe you want to go to it. And they sent me the little screenshot from a story. I mean, this was public, so I'm sitting there thinking like, oh, so this is like some big thing. It wasn't as big as I thought it was gonna be. I did sneak in to an ARBONNE team call. Like I said, this isn't some big team. It's just a pretty small little team, not like some big global ARBONNE team or anything like that. We got some interesting stuff going on here. A few health claims, among other things, so I wanted to go through it with you guys. But before we get started, please just make sure that you remember to like and comment on this video and also subscribe to this channel. If you might even think you're subscribed to this channel, go ahead and check and make sure YouTube hasn't unsubscribed you, because I can't even tell you how many comments I've been getting over the past few months of people being like, I thought I was subscribed and I'm not. So make sure you're subscribed. We're on the road to 50K, baby. Let's keep the train going. So I sat here and I waited. Yes, also I had World of Warcraft on in the background because I'm a nerd. But yeah, I'm just sitting here waiting. Like I was sitting here thinking like, okay, this is gonna be some huge team meeting. And I thought I was being all sneaky, so I changed my name to Brenda. But I was like, it doesn't matter anyway. There's gonna be so many people. I'm not gonna stick out at all. Oh my God, I was so wrong, you guys, because here's what I saw when the meeting began. Yes, okay, let's pause here briefly before the audio even gets going. You see that up in the corner there? That's me. That's Brenda. That's me. That picture. Excuse me, I can't laugh without coughing. Funny story. So my Zoom is linked to my Facebook, and this is my Facebook picture. It is a picture that I got off of Snapchat that like put my face on this badly photoshopped bulky guy with a shark. And I put it as my Facebook profile picture to piss off my mom. It was just a stupid joke and I just never changed it. I don't really go on Facebook very much. But so it was all like, cool, what do you want your name to be? And I was like, I guess Brenda. Non-discreet, I'm a sneak. And then this fucking shows up and it's just me with the shark. Also notice here, it's me and two other people.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, good. How are you today?
Good, thank
Still
you.
me and two other people. Three other people.
Brenda. Hey, Brenda. I love your, is it Hercules? I don't know who's that over there, but you know.
Is it Hercules? She says. And I'm sitting here like, oh, fuck. There's no way I'm going to last in this meeting. They have to be suspicious right away. They're going to kick me out.
Hi, how are you? Oh my gosh, I've not seen you forever.
I know.
And so they're all here just like talking to each other like, aha, I haven't seen you forever. And I'm just sitting here holding a fucking shark. It was so stupid. I started freaking out. I was like all over Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram when this dumb shit happens, you probably should. I was kind of like live vlogging everything that was happening at this point.
Hi, Brenda.
Hi, Brenda.
Oh my gosh, how long have we known each other for?
Oh my gosh. I can't even remember what year we started working at, late 90s maybe?
Yeah,
Yeah.
These people have all known each other for like decades. And I'm just like, here's my shark. Spoiler alert, they didn't kick me out. And I have no idea how I managed to not get kicked out of this. You'll see there's a few comments where they're definitely suspicious. For a minute there, I was like, they're kicking me out, dude. I guess I'm grateful that I had this stupid profile picture though, because I don't want to like toot my own horn and be like, anti-popular. But I mean, let's be honest, a lot of these Huns know who I am, especially with my bright ass head. Somehow it just turned into a silly situation.
So you guys worked way back in the day together?
Like
Yes.
way back in the day, yeah, like in the 90s. Yeah, yeah. And then I'm grateful for social media because you get to stay in touch with people, and
Yes.
Tia has a beautiful
There's still only
family
4
and
other
just like
people in here with me.
everything. It's awesome.
Very cool. And Brenda, where are you? Miss Brenda?
You can't really see through the blur here, but they were all like smiling, like laughing. Like, where are you, Brenda? So at this point, I knew, like, fuck, they're gonna expect me to be involved in what's going on here because there clearly aren't that many people. Not only that, but these people all know each other. So at this point, I'm like, if this is how big this group is going to be, the next hour of this team call is going to be all these people trying to sell Arbonne to me. They're all going to be pitching to me.
Can you hear us? Message her.
Let me message her, she said. So she messaged me and was like, hey, can you hear us? And I was like, oh, yeah, sorry, I'm nursing a baby, which wasn't a lie. I had them going on this monitor and I was sitting in my rocking chair nursing my son back there. When she started calling my name, I was like, oh shit. And I like had to waddle over here with my baby attached to my boob and like respond to her message. And I was just like, yeah, sorry, I'm nursing. If I hadn't said anything, I'm sure they would have booted me, right?
Miss Brenda is a little bit busy right now, but
Miss
she's
Brenda.
here. She's listening. Well, Brenda, you can always just put the answers in the chat if you can. If not, that's okay too.
So she says this and I'm like, what answers? I have to answer questions? What did I get involved in? What did this follower of mine send me into? But I am grateful that this was sent to me. And I'm always grateful when you guys send me these things. It's always a fun time, but this was a spectacularly interesting and fun time for me.
Oh, nursing baby. Oh, I understand that. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, and there you go. You know what? Even if you're not nursing a baby, if you ever find yourself in a situation like this where you're sneaking into a Zoom call that you don't belong in with a bunch of women, tell them you got a baby on your boob. Whether you're lying or not, whether you're telling the truth or not, it'll get you out of it. If you've ever had kids, you understand whether you're lying or not. But I wasn't lying.
Yeah. So if you want to not disturb the little one, you can always put the answer or the answers on the.
If you want to not disturb the little one, just put the answers in the chat. And it's like, well, I just had to waddle across the room to answer you, so that's already ruined, but thanks anyway.
Have you done the 30 days? Have you done the nutrition program at all?
No, I haven't.
Okay, awesome. So we'll be excited to share more here
Yes, some
about it.
information.
And Brenda, have you done it at all?
So
Or
there-
you've just been kind of watching us do it. You can put the questions in the chat or the answers in the chat if that works.
They were definitely suspicious at this point. They're like, Brenda, have you ever done the 30-day challenge? Which, by the way, yeah, I guess I forgot to mention that at the top. This was a webinar for the for Arbonne's 30 Days to Healthy Living, where I honestly was expecting it to be people just like teaching their downline, you know, stuff about this program, but really it was just a small team. And I'm assuming that they were just trying to like get anyone who wanted to come so they could pitch the program to them and then get them involved in Arbonne. Obviously, not that many people showed up.
Okay, watching. Okay. That's okay. That is absolutely okay. I think we'll go ahead and get started in order to honor everyone's time. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm an independent consultant with this amazing company called ARBONNE. I've been with this business for about 3.5 years now. So going so quickly, and I've been loving a lot of it. And so what really kind of took me over the hesitancy hump was the 30 Days to Healthy Living program. I was like, what's the agenda? I'm like, girl, I'm the most agendaless girl. Let's open the floor and just see what shows up and what presents itself.
So, I mean, very obviously, they kind of went into this with no plan at all. And I can tell. I think we can all tell.
Miss, if you can talk about the gut health piece of it, introduce yourself to us, and then talk about gut health and your experience with like healing of the gut. And especially given you're in nutrition school, maybe you can share with us some of that.
The girl who's about to speak, she's the one who is in nutrition school. She's going to school to become a nutritionist, I guess, which, for the record, doesn't make you qualified to give anyone medical advice. You might be a little bit more well-informed than most. Still pretty sure you shouldn't be doing any of the stuff she's about to say. I always get bothered when people talk about gut health. It's a hype marketing term, kind of. I mean, not that gut health isn't a thing, but like, it gets really over-exaggerated in MLM MLMs especially, like they're really honestly the only ones who I ever hear ever using that term. An actual doctor wouldn't be like gut health. They'd be talking about like gastrointestinal blah, 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 blah. Maybe I'm wrong and I just haven't been to the right doctors, but I don't think like medical professionals refer to gastrointestinal health as gut health. Anytime anyone says anything about gut health, it immediately feels like it should be discredited to me. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. There is a lot of quack science involved in gut health too when people talk about it. Again, a lot because it comes from MLMs, especially in this case here. But however, I'm not a medical professional, so I can't confirm or deny anything she's saying, but just take it with a grain of salt. I think a lot of what she's saying is, you know, false medical claims that have not been proven scientifically regarding ARBONNE. So here we go.
Wisdom from nutrition school.
Wisdom.
Girl, now I'm like switching my brain, you know. I have known her and for a minute now, I think I'll say like 2 years. I can't believe how time goes by so fast. But met them at this event I was going to represent. I always try to like have a hard time like being like, okay, what do I introduce myself as today? I feel like I wear a lot of like hats, but today I'm gonna be your nutrition coach.
I feel like I wear a lot of hats, but today I'm gonna be a nutrition coach. You don't get to just wake up one day and be like, I'm gonna be a nutrition coach today. I mean, just because you are in school for it, which is great, you know, by all means, go to nutrition school, learn this shit, that's great. But just because you're in school for it, and then also in an MLM, does not make you qualified for any of this. But they build this culture where people like her in MLMs are praised. They're like, oh, you actually have a little bit of education on what we're talking about? Okay, so everything that you say must be true then. And it's like, not necessarily.
30 minutes ago, I just finished from teaching from home. So it's like that. But I'm very passionate about education and just like empowering my fellow human beings, especially like women and young people like myself. I'm like, girl, we got this. We're going to rock this. And so really just a student of life. And what do I want to say about ARBONNE? Okay, so first, before I got introduced to ARBONNE, I was in this journey about, and I'm still on this journey about like getting healthy and like losing weight. I had a trainer. I was doing the whey protein and I just was not satisfied. And I was hearing all these things about like there's whey, there's vegan, all this. And then I tried the most, it was probably like one of the expensive brands for like vegan, and it worked really well, but it tasted like sand. And I was like, this is not going to work. I was like, Jesus, no, your daughter is not about to be eating anything that tastes like sand. This is not my potion.
So we get the God talk. You always have to get the God talk when you're having any sort of talk around MLMs. And this girl brings it, and she'll bring up God a few times. It'll be like, oh, just so you guys know, I'm a believer. We're like, yeah, we know. We know, it's very obvious, thank you. I don't want to be mean about any of these girls because quite honestly, like this girl who's talking right now seems super, super sweet. Like she seems like an absolute joy of a person. The other girls who end up talking, like they're probably fine too. I don't know. I get really good vibes from the Jesus girl here on a personal level. I think she's great. But like the thing is, these kind of team calls are manipulative. This is all manipulation to get somebody to put down hundreds of dollars to do this ARBONNE 30-day challenge. So just keep that in mind, you know, despite the fact that they might seem all cheery and happy and look at us, we're a family and we're all so close and we love each other. It's all part of manipulation. No matter what they say, like, of course they're gonna be like, no, we're not trying to manipulate anyone. This is just us. This is us just talking. We're being real and raw. It's like, yeah, but there is an ulterior motive. And you have to be honest about that with yourself.
I'm a big believer in like having your food and enjoying it, okay? And so I got introduced to ARBONNE through I saw them standing, and there's just something about them that made me stop and talk to them. And I was like, what's ARBONNE? Because first I thought it was like a cleaning product, and then I got closer because it was green. And then I got closer and I was like, oh, nutrition. And I was like, I've been praying for something like this. And so I was willing to try it, but guess what?
Check out! Check out! Check this out, mommy's trying to cyberbully. That's a joke. Fucking calm down. Sorry, I don't know what that was about.
Not tried until a year later. I think it was a year later. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And not because I didn't want to. I think at first I was just like I was trying to figure out different things. And I'm the kind of person like I just don't want somebody to tell me what to do. Like I want to find it out for myself.
She doesn't want people to tell her what to do, yet she's extremely religious. Okay, find out for yourself. Okay. There's so many things I could say. It would just piss off a lot of people, so I won't.
Like I'm like, okay, God just like directs me to the right thing. Oh yeah, and I'm a believer. Just in case you're wondering, you're gonna hear me mention him a whole lot. And so I ended up like trying all this, and then I tried ARBONNE, and I was like, oh, it tastes so good. And then I was like, I'm not bloated.
I have tried some of ARBONNE's products. I have a video, 2 videos? Oh no, I have a fizz stick video, and then I have one where I tried their protein powders and their teas. A few of you guys sent all that to me. I tried 2 flavors. I tried the chocolate protein shake, and I think the other one was like a chai. I mean, I wouldn't say they're disgusting. They're also not the best protein powders I've ever had, but they're certainly some of the most expensive. Oh my gosh, I need to blow my nose. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, I forgot to mention, you guys didn't get a Monday video this week because I've been sick all weekend, so if you couldn't tell.
I found out about 3 years ago that I had like abnormal growth like on my belly, like fibroids and all that stuff. And so like I was really in a path of just like being intentional about what I'm eating. And for some reason, like I don't know how to explain it, but the moment I started using ARBONNE products, like I had a shift. Like right now, I'm barely wearing like anything on my face. I have like a lubricant because of the mask I've been wearing, but I decided to go all in. And also at the same time, I was going to nutrition school. So I'm going to narrate it down really quick. And then I got introduced to just like all this information, just knowledge. I was like, wow, they're talking about like sugar addiction. That's what I'm talking about in school. And in my head, I was like, why is this thing not mandatory? Like, tell me, please, why are we not being told about sugar addiction?
Who has never heard of sugar addiction? Like, come on. I think it's a pretty big dump of knowledge, especially in America. Like, at this point, we all know that we're not eating well and we eat way too much sugar, right?
Gut health, which is like your second brain. At first, when somebody first said that to me in school, I was like, what do you mean?
Okay, gut health is your second brain. I don't know what that means, and she never really explains it, but I also wanted to point out that she did say that as soon as she started using ARBONNE, she had a shift. She said, well, my skin, I don't have to wear makeup anymore. I hardly wear makeup because ARBONNE has cleared up my skin, which there's a health claim for you. We're talking about the 30-day challenge here. And in the basic plan of the 30-day to healthy living challenge, I don't think anywhere it's mentioned that your skin's gonna clear up. This chick's just out here just saying it's going to do that. So there's a health claim right there that you literally cannot make because there's no scientific evidence to back any of that up.
You know, I was like, it's literally like your gut, your belly, like even when it comes to your immune system, like it's like a higher percentage is on your gut, like in your gut. If something is off in your body, you take care of your gut, you're gonna be okay. Because if you think about it, that's like literally where everything is going. Your food, your fluids, just like all that is like right here. I'm like touching my belly, you cannot see it, but I'm touching a happy butt. Sorry.
She's so cute.
You have a happy birthday.
A happy butt and a happy gut.
Definitely, this is not scripted. Okay,
Dude, I mean, this honestly makes me want to make like happy gut, happy butt merch. Like the gatekeep, what is it? Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. Happy gut, happy butt. This girl's adorable. She really is. It's just really dangerous, the shit she's saying. You can't say like anything that's wrong in your body you can fix by helping your gut. That's definitely not true. Like point blank, if I break my arm, it's not gonna heal better if I'm pooping good. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of shit that can go wrong in your body that you can't heal with your gut. Now that being said, of course, if you're not eating well or taking care of yourself in general, yeah, I mean, eating healthier will probably improve some things, but it's not gonna fix everything. I mean, kind of what she's saying is like any problem that you have with your body, ARBONNE's gonna make it feel better no matter what. That's pretty much what she's saying, and that's really misleading.
I'm touching a happy gut.
She's touching a happy butt. That's cute.
That's awesome.
Oh, you know what? I like my butt too, but I'm touching a happy gut. And I struggled with like sleeping properly. I was bloated. I'll have a hard time with like constipation, end up like getting hemorrhoids, however you pronounce it with your accent. And so it's just like all these things. And then, but the moment I started being consistent with my gut and being intentional about how I'm fueling my body and not just like going after the cravings and emotional eating. And trust me, I'm still growing, but I can only imagine where I'm going to be 5 years from now. But I'm celebrating here where I'm at, and I'm not the same. I'm not the girl who was in the ER in November thinking that I had a heart attack. I'm not the girl who was like 20 pounds heavier. You know, like I just like literally just like went through like a shift. And for me, like, even as an artist, as a teacher, I was like, I don't want to give half of myself. I want to continue investing in myself.
Okay, but so she was basically like, I don't know when she started Arbonne. I don't know anything about this girl, honestly. But to say that just back in November, she was in the ER thinking she had a heart attack, and now all of a sudden she's not that girl anymore. Like, November was, how many months ago was that? Like 6, 7 months ago? That's not really a long time to fix whatever's wrong with your heart, even if Arbonne did fix heart issues, which there's no scientific evidence to prove that it does. But then also she was basically saying like, I used to get hemorrhoids all the time. I don't get hemorrhoids anymore, which maybe your food has something to do with that. Maybe if you're not shitting your brains out all the time, maybe you won't get hemorrhoids so bad. Although who's to say that Arbonne doesn't make you shit your brains out either. I'm sure there's stuff in Arbonne that doesn't agree with everybody's body, but she also said that she lost 20 pounds on Arbonne, and we can get into that. So let's give a quick rundown of Arbonne's 30 Days to Healthy Living program. And she's not the only one here who is going to talk about the weight loss that they achieved doing this program. Because the interesting thing is that Arbonne specifically says it's not a weight loss program. It's like a healthy lifestyle program. Long story short, it's like all the regular shit we already know. Don't eat food that's bad for you. Eat food that's good for you. Oh, and also exercise. And then they just throw Arbonne in there. You know, they expect you to replace at least one meal a day with an Arbonne shake. Yeah, it'll promote healthy habits as far as don't eat shit that's bad for you, but it also is promoting that you like replace food with a processed, unnatural protein drink. And then they pitch it to you that's like, well, this is the only way. You need Arbonne to be able to do this. You need Arbonne to be able to sustain health. And like I said, yeah, you only need to replace one meal a day with an Arbonne shake, but they say, you know, you'll get the most out of your health in 30 days if you just pretty much replace everything with Arbonne. This whole thing is like, yeah, you have to buy the shake, but they're going to push it on you hardcore to buy their teas and their multivitamins and their elixirs. They have like a health elixir or some shit, a healthy skin elixir, I think is what it is. A body cleanse, their fizz sticks, protein bars, mind health essentials, and even more. There was like 14 products on that list or something like that. And that is going to cost you hundreds of dollars, if not thousands. I didn't even look. I'm scared to look because their shit is pretty expensive, but no big deal. You already use all these products, so you just replace it with what Arbonne sells. No, I don't know. I don't use healthy skin elixirs and mind health essentials. I use sertraline and I wash my face every once in a while. Like, I don't know. You don't need that shit. Anyway, I went on Healthline, and I like Healthline's diet reviews because they link all of their sources throughout the article. So whenever they mention some kind of scientific study or anything, they'll put a link there. It just makes this kind of stuff easier to understand in layman's terms because I am not educated in this stuff. So to answer the question, does the program work for weight loss? Healthline says, yeah, you'll probably lose weight with Arbonne's 30-day healthy living, whatever, even though they don't specifically say that it's a weight loss program. But yeah, I mean, if you listen to the healthy lifestyle habits that it is trying to enforce, whether or not you're replacing a meal a day with an Arbonne shake, if you're just replacing the food you eat with better food, fruits and vegetables and whole grains and lean proteins and stuff like that, and you're not, you know, slipping, you don't catch yourself slipping, if you're doing everything the way you're supposed to do without Arbonne, you're gonna lose weight. You don't need Arbonne to do any of this. But by replacing all of your food and I guess just like daily product routines in general with Arbonne, not only are you draining your bank account, but you're also buying into essentially a fad diet, and we should all know about fad diets by now. They're generally pretty unsustainable, and there's no evidence that Arbonne's products will help you lose weight or increase your metabolism, like point blank. That kind of science has not been observed specifically in their products, so that's like super important to remember. So for example, Arbonne has a body cleanse that claims to detoxify the body by cleansing your system using ingredients like aloe, ginger, and choline. But there's no evidence that any of those ingredients detox the body beyond what your body like already does on its own without Arbonne's help, without anything's help, just natural body functions. And according to Healthline, their metabolism support product claims to rev up your metabolism. And Arbonne says on their website that there was a clinical study, but then they don't link to it and they don't say who did the study or where the study came from. They just like don't cite it anywhere at all. But they say that the green coffee bean extract in that product will rev your metabolism, that there's just no scientific proof anywhere to claim that. So also the consultants who are pitching all of this to you, obviously, as we're seeing here, are just totally unqualified to be giving you health advice in the first place. And like I said, these kind of diets aren't sustainable. If you were to see results with these diets, it's almost impossible to get off of them and then like maintain that weight, energy, metabolism, etc. Like most people will simply just regain that weight and fall back into old habits as soon as they get out of it. And during the time that they had whatever results that they had that they liked, you know, they were restricting their bodies of actual food and replacing it with a processed, unnatural protein powder. And they'll sit there and be like, oh, it's all natural. Like protein powder, you can't find it naturally in the wilderness, dude. Like it's made with natural ingredients, I guess, but it's not necessarily natural. Like you can't say that protein powder is not processed. It's still a processed food. Not that it's bad for you. I feel like there are plenty of protein powders on the market and a lot of people could probably benefit from them, but not every protein powder is good for everybody. But you can't live like that forever. It is unsustainable. Dietitians and nutritionists alike will tell you that the best way to lose weight and keep weight off is to create healthy habits like eating healthy and exercising, like going on a walk every day, because those are things that you can continue to do. Make healthy habits that are sustainable, that you can stick with for the rest of your life, and that aren't gonna fucking cost you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a month. Like, come on. Anyway, we can get back into all this shit that they were saying.
I'm a big believer in taking care of your gut. Take it first thing in the morning. For me, that's what works best for me. Like I would take it first thing in the morning. I like it warm. It has like a lemon ginger taste. It has like all this like microbiome, like all this healthy stuff to kind of help with your digestion. Because if you think about it, like we eat a lot of food. Sometimes we eat consistently and we don't give our bodies rest. And our bodies are like, what happens is like, you're just like loading your stomach with like all this and it's not giving it time to just digest it. And so it just kind of helps you have an easy bowel movement.
But isn't that, not to get like all deep and stuff, but isn't that an eating disorder, like binging? If you're just constantly eating and you don't ever stop, like that's not normal. That's not what people should be doing. And if you are doing that, you should get help. I've never had experiences with eating disorders before, but I think that's still, even though it's like the opposite of what people think of when they have eating disorders, but I'm pretty sure binging is also an eating disorder. And she's just kind of sitting here like making light of it. It's like, no, maybe you should seek professional help if that's what you're doing. If you are doing that to your body, don't just seek Arbonne.
That is consistent, and that's what you want. If you're putting something in, you want it to come out, and you don't want it to come out, I'm gonna be very real, you don't want it to come out as an explosion. You want it to come out with ease, you know what I mean? And like there's like, yeah, if I don't know if anybody's eating, but you know, when you talk about the gut, he talks about like all that stuff too, but you learn a lot, and you learn also like the importance of like spacing out your meals as well. And you'll notice that your sleep is going to improve. You just like find balance. Like I was like thinking about like the word that I kind of want to share with you guys today is like just like finding balance and having your gut be balanced.
Finding balance is good advice in any point in life. Like too much of anything can be a bad thing, you know what I mean? But Arbonne is not going to fix that. What did she just get done saying? She was making a health claim. Oh, she said that you will sleep better. Just being healthy in general, practicing healthy habits, like I think we all know that these things are just generally going to improve. If you stop eating Taco Bell every single day for every meal of the day, you know, you're probably going to end up feeling a little bit better in general. But everyone's diet's different. If you're someone who eats Taco Bell every single day for every single meal, or like McDonald's or fucking whatever, you have to be aware that that's not healthy, right? I don't think anyone is that unaware of how our bodies work, especially because they're the ones who are experiencing the excrement of those meals. You know what I'm saying?
Happy gut, happy girl. And another
gut.
thing is like I noticed how much, like for example, menstrual cramps I don't have any. Like, I can be irritated a little bit, but when it comes to like my cramps, and I used to have like really bad like cramps. I had to put like cardboard in my belly. Like, it's just like really bad. I would have a hard time walking.
Okay, so now Arbonne will make your cramps go away, ladies. Ladies!
And of course, exercising has helped that as well. But I am a big believer. It started with like me being intentional about what I'm feeding and how I'm fueling my body from the morning, from the time you wake up until the end of the night. So I don't know if you have any questions, let me know. I just kind of went with it.
You can absolutely do that and make those changes in your life without Arbonne's help. And you should make these kind of changes in your life without Arbonne's help, or Herbalife, or Mane, or fucking whatever.
Happy gut, happy girl.
Happy gut, happy butt is good.
Happy
I love
butt.
all of it. Loving it all. Thank you so much for sharing and just lending us your wisdom and your insights on the gut. You know, yes, the science tells us that I think 90% of our immunity is in the gut. Our hormones are made in the gut. And so
someone fact check this because I wouldn't know where to find this, but she said 90% of our immunity is in the gut. I don't know how the immune system works, but someone tell me if that's right. It doesn't sound right, but maybe it is. And if so, where's the other 10%? How do they interact? And then the other thing is she said hormones are made in the gut. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I was under the impression that hormones were made in like glands and shit, like your thyroid, right? I'm gonna Google that. Where do hormones come from? Hormones are produced by glands and sent into the bloodstream to the various tissues in the body. Glands. Yeah, glands. Look at that. I don't need to be a scientist to know that hormones do not get made in the gut? Question mark? Science tells us that? Really? What science are you reading? Is that in Arbonne's back office? Shit.
when we, part of this program is, yes, healing the gut, and also that also brings about more balanced hormones, which of course is overall good for our mental health, our emotional health, our,
And let's remember what she's saying about hormones right now, because I mean, you guys will see later. Y'all know I'm breastfeeding. I've already talked about it. I actually ask them later about how Arbonne's products affect breastfeeding, and the answer may shock you. Talk about hormones. She's sitting here saying that Arbonne can literally change your hormones. So let's remember this.
all around mental health. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I love you. Thank you so much for sharing with us. It's awesome. Any questions from anyone before we move on?
Brenda and her shark say no.
Okay, we're gonna ask Miss to share with us. She's the one who introduced me to this phenomenal business, and I'm so grateful to you. Thank you.
Okay, so the woman who's about to speak now is, so the person who sent me this group call, this woman, I believe, is a coach at Orange Theory. So she is an actual personal trainer at an actual gym. She teaches classes at Orange Theory. And so this person was taking her classes, and then when she realized she was a hun just trying to shill Arbonne products, she was like, fucking bye. So that's the background from this chick. So this girl actually does know what she's talking about as far as like exercise and stuff goes. And you know what's really funny too, and not funny, just interesting, I guess, is that one of you guys sent me a message on Instagram this morning, and I was talking to you a little bit, talking about how your psychiatrist, you've been to 2 psychiatrists or psychologists or whatever, and both of them had been involved in MLMs, and one of them even tried to get you to join one, which is really, really fucked up, but we don't have to get into that now. This person was like, well, is this a normal thing? Do psychologists and MLMs have a link? And my answer is, and I think it comes down to like the same thing with this lady, no, it's not necessarily psychologists, it's just people who I guess own their own business, or not that this person owns their own business, but she's a personal trainer, so you know, she runs classes. If you have any sort of power over somebody, usually people who are in businesses, so it's like the same reason why hairstylists who own a salon will start shilling money, because it's a supplemental income to the business they already have. It's the same reason why like chiropractor offices always have like an essential oil lady who does doTERRA or Young Living or whatever. And I think, you know, it's the same thing here. Personal trainers, we see them pick up Beachbody a lot. We see them pick up Arbonne, anything in that nature. And this chick is just an example of that. Psychiatrists, you know, they're even worse because they already have an idea of the way the human brain works, the way the human psyche works, and they use that to manipulate people, which I think is the worst. I think that's what's going on here. When you're a person like this, you have an actual expertise. You are a professional in the field that your MLM is around. People are more likely to listen to you and take your recommendations. And honestly, it's misleading and it's manipulative and it's really, really shitty. And you'll always hear these people say, oh, I don't like it because I sell it. I sell it because I like it. And that's just not true. Most of these people have never tried these products before they start selling it. Or maybe they'll try it once and be like, this is good enough. Sorry, but that's just the truth. Like when you hear these people say, I've never used another product that's as good as this one, it's like you haven't tried every product in the world. And you cannot sit here and say that Arbonne makes the best protein powders in the world because we just happen to know for a fact that's not true. I mean, even the Herbalife people will say the same thing about their shit, and that's not true either, but they say that that's the best in the world. Well, how come two people have two different opinions on two of the same products? Like, how are they both the best in the world? They're not. Anyway, I just wanted to throw that in there so that you kind of can understand what this manipulation we're going to see here is about.
Even though you were a hard no, I'd love to.
know, right?
She was a hard no.
Girl, yes.
It's a hard no.
Talk
But
to
you
me.
know, but the awesome thing, the friendships that have come out of this, and like, I mean, you and I are such good. I can tell you anything, and you know, just meeting through you, and you're such a blessing in my life, and I just love you to pieces.
Here is obviously manipulation of kind of pitching a community to people. And we talk about this a lot too, but in MLMs, one of the things that draws people in a lot is a longing for a community. Maybe you're lonely and you want friends, like, you know, whatever it is, MLMs prey on that too. So, you know, her being like, you know, one of the greatest things about Arbonne is like, look at how close we all are. It is manipulative because we also know that if this girl were to drop out tomorrow, your relationship is not going to be as close as it was. We see MLMs ruin relationships all the time. And you know, obviously this is a different universe in which one of these people would actually quit Arbonne. But hypothetically, if they were to, I guarantee they would not be as close anymore. The reason they're close is because that tight-knit community, or the illusion of that tight-knit community, draws people in. And what did I just say at the beginning of this? I was like, oh, these girls all seem nice. Like, she seems sweet. She's a sweetheart. Oh my God. They probably are. Well, that one girl is at least. But it's all part of the illusion. It's all part of the dream. Sitting here and listening to these girls talk to each other, you kind of feel like you are one of them. You're a friend of theirs. And if I were to slip into any of their inboxes and be like, hi, it's me, Brenda, from the live stream, they would treat me, they would love bomb me so hard. I should have tried. Like, okay, I think I need to, because I have a Finstagram I was making a while ago. Some of you guys followed me. I was using it to, I was gonna like do hun baiting and stuff, and I just never got around to it. But I'm thinking maybe I should bring that back and start actually having that persona. It's obviously a secret because I don't want it getting out. I think 100 of you followed it. Yeah, maybe I should bring it back, because if I had that persona, I definitely could have messaged one of these girls and been like, hey, it's me, Brenda. We could have seen what kind of love bombing goes on. I think I'm gonna do that. So yeah, next time one of you guys sends me a team chat to sneak into, that'll be interesting. That'll be an interesting. So yeah, keep sending me these guys. That's what I'm trying to get at.
From a fitness point of view and such, tell us how that, you know, I have a lot of clients who ask me, do I have to work out? And, you know, I know, should I just focus on, you know, I was talking to somebody, was it today? And they were like, I don't know. I used to work out like crazy a few years ago. Now I can't really do that much. And so what do I do now? So how do we have that balance, or how do we, you know, appropriately incorporate fitness into this journey of health and wellness so that it's good for us and what really works for us as well? So if you can just maybe share with us your journey and introduce yourself for those who don't know you, and then then talk to us about that. I
have been with Arbonne using the products for over 13 years now. That's like really, I'm like amazed when I say that. And I have to just share this real quick note with you guys, because one of my clients who became a client of mine 13 years ago, she called me, and you know what she told me? She said, I'm really glad you're still selling Arbonne because we look really good. And she doesn't even look her age. She's in her 40s. I didn't even realize she was 43. And I was like, oh my God, I thought you were 33. So that comes to show you, we don't just have nutrition, we have skincare, just over 400 products. I am a personal trainer and been in a personal training field for over 10 years combined.
So, okay, so she's been selling Arbonne for 13 years and she's been a personal trainer for 10. You know, I'm just speculating here, but it's entirely possible that she got into Arbonne and had a bit of success and was probably like, I'm gonna go to school for physical training just so I have a leg up on the shit I'm selling, which fine, I guess. My old upline from Lime Life ended up becoming an esthetician and doing like skincare and stuff, which good for her. She has her own small business now and doesn't fuck with Lime Life anymore, so good for her. So I guess that's not a totally unheard of thing.
It is so interesting when you were talking about, you know, about fitness. And I have to tell you, from a fitness personal trainer aspect, 70% is nutrition, 30% of feeling healthy is actually working out. And that is science backed behind that.
I've heard that too. I don't know where I heard it from, but I've heard people say that. But it sounds right. Like, yeah, you can work out and shit, but if you go and eat a dozen of donuts after that, you're not gonna really see results. The two obviously work together, but I do think that food probably plays a bigger role.
So been in the field for such a long time, and people do ask that question all the time. And I get people a lot that say, oh, I'm working out and I'm not losing any weight. And the first thing I ask when they tell me that is, how is your nutrition? And sometimes I get the deer in headlights look, like, well, I didn't know I had to deal with that, you know. I'm like, well, that is actually more important than fitness. And I think a lot of us are getting in the older age, not old, right? But by the time you really hit 30, and especially getting closer to 40, every decade your body does change. You probably learned like this from nutrition, like your body does change every decade. So a lot of the HIIT training, the circuit training and things you did in your 20s, you don't necessarily need to do, nor does your body, and sometimes doing it as an older woman, it actually puts stress on your body where you actually hold in weight, in a lot of, especially for women. So a lot of times we need to back off from all that HIIT training, and as we get older, start doing more strength and resistance training, and that's where all of the muscle tone and stuff comes in.
So I believe what she's saying, and maybe it's just because she's speaking very matter-of-factly, but also because it just makes sense. This sounds right. See, this is the thing though, is that like she clearly knows what she's talking about, and then she starts pitching Arbonne. So it's just like, it's all just like one fluid train of thought that's like, she knows what she's talking about, she knows what okay, she still knows what she's talking about, I guess, so I'll try this Arbonne stuff. Like, it is manipulative.
I can literally talk about fitness all day, but I just kind of want to incorporate that just to show you all how important nutrition is over fitness any day. And if anybody ever asked me that, how important is nutrition? 70%, 30% fitness. Because honestly, you can do this program and not work out at all, and still get healthy. And I don't want to just say lose weight, because it's not a weight loss program, it's more weight management. So with that being said, I want to share my quick story with you about the 30-day, because y'all, I have a really good testimony. The one thing I have to say about this program is that consistency pays off. So I got married back November 2013, so almost 8 years this year. And there's this thing called love fat. It's real. Whether you're in a relationship, married, I'm gonna just tell you, most of us go through that, and I went through it really hard. And I was getting very comfortable, and you know, it's okay. And I just remember at that time, Arbonne had just came out with the program that long ago. And I really wasn't doing the business back then. I just saw the program and I was like, okay, Eric was like, you need to do it. And I was like, well, you need to do it too, because we were both in that whole thing needing to do it. And so this dress is the dress that I wore at my wedding reception back in November 2013. So fast forward, we have our success line. Some of us goes to Florida, and I did miss my girls that are on this call. I missed y'all so much. And went to Florida. And what I did was I forgot to buy a white dress. That's what happened. And I pulled this out of my closet and I was like, let me go get it cleaned. I didn't even try this thing on before I went, which was actually not wise. I would never recommend doing that, but I totally did it. And what happened was I needed the dress to be zipping up, and my friend was messing with me, and she was like, oh my gosh, it's not zipping. And I was like, I'm in so much trouble. I'm going to need to go buy a sweater. And she was like, oh, just kidding. And it zipped right up. And I was like, wow.
Dude, I mean, and this is a story that would probably work on me too, because, like, if I tried to wear my wedding dress from almost 10 years ago, no. I was like 100 pounds even because I had gone on, like, those berry cleanses and stuff that made me shit everything out of my body for like 2 weeks straight. I looked great in my wedding dress, but I tell you what, 2 kids later, ain't no way I'm fitting in that now. But with ARBONNE, maybe I could. You know? I know I'm not the only one that feels the same way. Raise your hand if you can still fit into your wedding dress, ladies. Not me.
This is amazing. And that is the power of nutrition. That's what I want to tell you, ladies. That is the power of nutrition, that I started this program back then. And of course, my weight, I mean, it just fluctuates over time. That's just part of life, right? Stress, things happen, life happens. But I have to say that because the power of this program, and like all of us on here, we will never stop sharing it, because that just comes to show you how important what you put in your body and how it comes out. Like I said, you don't want an explosion. I actually will never forget that, you saying that. But it's just really about, I'm sorry, I kind of froze a little bit.
I'll never forget the time that you talked about diarrhea on a team call. You go, girl.
With that program, the accountability is really the best part, and have just coached so many people through it. And the beautiful thing about this is that just listen to them and stay coachable, and you will get the results that you want. But just know,
stay coachable in MLMs means stay malleable. Let me be able to manipulate you. Do whatever I say. You're never gonna win in this business if you don't listen to what your upline says. Stay coachable. No, they want to be able to make sure they can manipulate you, and that's what they mean.
give it time, because sometimes people do these things and go, oh, 50 pounds in 30 days, and it doesn't work like that. It's just about creating those good habits. And that's it.
Thank you so much. So,
Sorry.
So I love that you were able to wear your wedding dress, all those years.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Well done. And I really appreciate you sharing about the 70%, because I have a lot of people who just think I just need to go to the gym and just work out and drive myself hard. And I mean, for me, I'm like, I used to do CrossFit at some point in time, and I look back and I think, why was I doing that? What was I torturing myself for?
It's true. And honestly, y'all, I'm gonna tell you, the older you get, CrossFit and all that stuff is great. And I'm a HIIT trainer, high interval training. But I will tell you, once you get past your 30s and 40s and beyond, you don't actually need to be doing that. You need to be slowing that down a little bit. And we benefit more from yoga and meditation things, and things that aren't so stressful for our bodies. So yeah.
Very, very awesome. Welcome to everyone who's just joining us. So far, we've talked about nutrition, gut health, and products. Would you want to talk about I was wondering, for the gut, what products would you recommend?
Yes, let's ask for recommendations from the girl who's in nutrition school and is not a licensed nutritionist and really has no qualifications at all, and has also only been in ARBONNE for less than a year, presumably, because, she thought she had a heart attack in November. Yeah, let's ask her.
You mean like just in general, or like
in general and on the website, either or?
Okay, awesome. So for sure, I would recommend like getting the gut health. And just like, I'm a big believer in like doing the whole thing, and kind of like going through the whole process and learning through it, just having that teachable spirit to just like learn. Because what I love about the 30-day is like, we don't overwhelm me with information. And this is what I use for my clients as well. It's like, week by week, you go at your own pace, and also remembering that we're all bio-individual, right? So what I could be cooking in my kitchen could be different in your kitchen. So like being honest with that, and you can back me up with this, because like we love talking about this. I would highly recommend adding the apple cider with the mother. That's what it's called. I don't want to, but just like kind of adding that up with your green shots, because you want to make sure that you're taking care of that as well. The apple cider in my shots as well. Okay. I make sure that I use ginger.
So she's talking about, this green shot. A few MLM memes and Makeup Monday videos ago, someone had posted a picture of one of these green shots, and it looked fucking disgusting. Bitch, what the fuck? She's sitting here saying, like, you should add apple cider vinegar to it. Like, yeah, okay, let's make it even more gross. Guys, apple cider vinegar is really gross, and I know it has, like, health benefits and stuff, but, like, damn, it's not good. She says she puts ginger in it, like, okay. There's no way that shit tastes good. It doesn't look good, especially if you're adding fucking apple cider vinegar to it. Ugh.
I have like a concoction that I like making. I boil hot water sometimes, and I put, because now I'm learning my body, and I've learned to like listen to it. I boil hot water. I put some lemon. I put turmeric, which is so good if you're struggling with inflammation. And then I put some ginger, and I've been avoiding honey. And when you go through the process, it will show you why and what to substitute. And that's what I love about the whole thing, is like you're just not eliminating, you're replacing. And that's the beauty of like,
yeah, you're eliminating real food and replacing it with a fucking protein shake and some like health elixirs and shit. Like, that's not necessarily healthy, and it's not a good habit to get into.
You don't have to put the apple cider vinegar in there, but there's just a lot of different benefits for apple cider vinegar. Some people don't like the taste. It is an acquired taste. We talked about that.
Who likes the taste of that?
But the good thing with I was also saying too, the gut health has ginger, and ginger, of course, is very good for digestion. So
yes. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. While I'm waiting for to come back. Okay, here she is. This is my client in April. She's been doing this program, and so I just wanted you to have the floor to kind of share with the folks on the call what your experience has been and what your results have been. And
so I want to make it really clear that the lady who's about to speak is just someone in ARBONNE who is doing the 30-day cleanse and is giving their testimony. And the amount of health claims this person is about to make is like mind-blowing. And also, she's completely unqualified. Like, you're allowed to have your opinions, sure, but damn, I tell you what, I don't think that any of this would pass the FTC's check of like what MLMs can and cannot say.
Just talk to us a little bit more about you, introduce yourself, and then talk to us about that.
Hi, everybody. At this program, I knew about it a while ago, I think a year ago, and I was to join with her then, but I didn't, because you know those ones of like, all these programs. But when I saw what was happening to I was like, I think this is a good one. I might want to try. So I decided, let me treat myself and do this. So I did it, because I stepped on the scale and I was 196 pounds. Have you ever seen that? So I woke up and said, no, this cannot happen. So, and I usually do workout. So what I decided, I'm going to do this program, and I'm not going to work out. And let me tell you, I'm off 20 pounds as of today, off 20 pounds.
Congratulations.
So, off 20 pounds, only using ARBONNE and not working out. So there's a claim right there that even ARBONNE themselves won't make, because they straight up say that they're not a weight loss program, but she lost 20 pounds, didn't have to work out or nothing.
Yes, and the inches are going away, and I'm really excited, because I'm one of those people who never used to go to the bathroom like 4 days, and you're just there trying to struggle. But now I'm very regular. I'm very blessed with my skin, but with this program, it has continued to glow.
Okay, so she shits regularly now, thank you to ARBONNE. She has glowing skin now, thank you to ARBONNE.
What I've realized is that I lost the taste of sugar, because I'm just a sweet tooth. But after the 30-day cleanse, I don't feel like that urge, because every time and that's why I added like 30 pounds from January to now, because my parents got sick, and you know, all these things, they come all together, and all you want to do is eat. So I was everything that is sweet, I was eating it. So, and it goes places. My arms are terrible. I love my butt. I had that. I was dying about that. I've lost 4 inches around, I'm telling you.
I wish I liked my butt as much as these people like their butts, man.
And I can guarantee you. And the thing is, it's the discipline. Just that change, that you're doing those organic stuff, and you're consistent. You're consistent. And I'm so, even when I go out, I order, even ordering stuff, now I have that style of, I'm checking, they have beef here, or they have salmon. I check. You should see me, man, ordering those beautiful things over there. And I'm really happy about it in myself. And like, for instance, like last night, I was at work, then I woke up and I drank a hot chocolate, and I felt guilty because I usually don't eat that night. I was so guilty. I'm telling you, my body is so scared about these things. I was so guilty. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. I said, what did I do to myself? But I'm telling you, it's all about once you get consistent, then the weight keeps falling off. My friend, I look at her, I'm like, if I had started when she did, back then when she started, I was a 177. Can you imagine? I would have been 150 by now if I had started when she started. But I'm gonna get there, so I'm keeping up.
So here's a perfect example of FOMO, fear of missing out. That's also something that people use to get people to join MLMs without thinking about it. Just be like, if you think about it too long, you're gonna miss out. So you better join now. That's essentially what she's doing. She's like, oh, I should have joined when I first heard about this. And now look at me. I was 190 whatever pounds. I could have been 150 by now. FOMO is what that is.
Don't wait like I waited for a whole year to start. Then by that year you're gonna be like 20 more pounds on. It's gonna be more harder for you. So I'll just advise anyone who is just wondering, should I start? Should I not? Go ahead and start. Like now I'm out of the energy fuzz. I can't wait. I ordered already. I am like, I can't even drink my water because I'm like, oh my goodness.
Do they put crack in their energy fizz sticks? Because I swear the obsession with the Arbonne energy fizz sticks in this fucking company is just, it's mind-blowing to me. And I've tried them. They're not that great. Maybe they didn't put crack in mine, but there's crack in whatever these girls are drinking.
Where's my energy fuzz? Because those things, they make you drink a lot of water. I never used to drink more than a bottle of 16 ounces.
They make you drink a lot of water. I mean, I don't know about that, but like, that doesn't sound healthy. If you consume something and it makes you need to drink more water, that sounds to me like your body is like, we gotta flush this shit out. Get this out. I don't know if that's anything to brag about.
Right now I do 6 bottles and I'm good because I'm used to it now. So if you want to start, I'm telling you, it's a good plan to start and just continue. I haven't tried the skin products because like I've told you, thank God has blessed me with a good skin. I haven't started, but I've always seen she just glows, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna start on some of these things. So I'm gonna keep bringing more clients. And I'm so happy for this program, and I hope that we can get more people to it. And because it's a life-changing thing. It's not for losing weight. It's weight management, because you're not even thinking about your weight, but you wake up one day and you put on something and you're like, huh? You go to the mirror, you're like, my stomach, where are you? Oh, I didn't see. Oh, where?
But this is like, especially, like I've said a few times already, but this is stuff that Arbonne is specifically saying that they are not. She's like, it's not just weight loss, it's weight management. Well, Arbonne's like, no, it's just a healthy living program. No, these people are like, no, it is a weight loss program. Look at me, I'm down 20 pounds. It's like, but Arbonne won't even say that. Like, your corporate entity that you work under is literally saying the opposite of what they're saying. It just goes to show like what kind of shit the Huns will pull out of their ass in order to sell their shit and recruit, I guess.
It's nice because you're not there worried about it. So now, because I love working out, so I'm gonna go back to working out. And I know when I add that and this, so because I told myself I'm not gonna work out because I really wanted to make sure that this thing works exactly like they say it does. So I had cut off my working out. I'll do 1 to 3 things, but I wasn't consistent. But now I said, now that I have seen it's doing it, so I'm gonna go back to working out so I can tone up pretty good. And I love the skin, the collagen too. So anyway, I'm a very happy client, and I'm a consultant too. So I'm hoping I can get where is. She is just up there, and she's very encouraging. But I wish I have your energy. I'm gonna be a VP too one day, so you guys I gotta cut out. I know I'm not gonna be here for too long. I'm at work, so.
Oh, we really appreciate you. Your skin's glowing. We can see it from the camera. It looks absolutely awesome. Look at her showing a tiny weight.
I have this blurred and you can't really tell, but this chick looks great. Like, she has the body of a fucking goddess. Like, she's got the curves all in the right place. So like, of course, like, she'll probably, like, what she's showing off there, that'll drag some people in. That'll make people go like, what have you been doing? Because your body looks great. But I feel like she's just like naturally blessed with those curves. I don't know. It's not that you can't like work out and tone in different places. What do I know? Fuck working out. But this girl looks great.
That booty See?
great.
That looked good. That button still it looks good.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't lose
Oh
it.
yeah.
Oh yeah, look at her, girl. She's so happy.
She's showing everyone her butt.
All right, guys.
Keep it up. Thank you for
Okay.
sharing.
All right, take care. Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Oh my gosh, she's so awesome.
All right, now here at this part, I started typing here because, so as I was saying earlier, I was like kind of live vlogging this on Instagram on my stories. And my mom was like, hey, you know what you should do? Like I mentioned earlier, she's like, you should tell them that you're breastfeeding and see what they say. And so I did. And let's listen to the response.
And I think before we do that, I can see Miss Brenda is wondering, I had actually put that on my things to talk about for nursing moms, if this is something that nursing moms can participate in. As always, we
Really?
say,
Okay. She's like, oh yeah, I actually did put this one very specific thing on my notes. Like, not even like pregnancy. Like, they never touch on any sort of, I guess, medical condition that women might have. And the only time they ever talk about it is like when I brought it up. They never say like pregnant women can't do this, which by the way, like, I mean, they never said you can't do this, but they never said you can do it either. But please don't do this if you're pregnant. Please don't do it at all, but listen to your doctor. But breastfeeding too. I guarantee that if I had not brought this up, they would not have said anything about it. But she's like, oh, I had it in my notes.
actually put that on my things to talk about for nursing moms, if this is something that nursing moms can participate in. As always, we say you always want to, make sure you check with your physician that it's okay. For the most part, we've talked to these one person, there's a couple of things that you wouldn't be able to use. That is the detox tea and the body cleanse, but otherwise everything else you can use. It will really support you with your nutrition. Brenda, what I can do, there's a really nice YouTube video that really does a really, really good job of explaining as a nursing mom or as a mom to be, how the program would work for you. So I can do that as well. So yeah, there's only two things that you wouldn't be able to take. But you could be able to support your nutrition with the others as well.
So this is interesting. First off, I do want to point out that yes, she did say, hey, check with your physician first. So I'm impressed at least that she said that. However, what she said after that, red flags, blah, blah, blah. I dug through a lot of threads like on Facebook and a few like what to expect and baby center and stuff. There were threads about using ARBONNE while they're pregnant and nursing. I mean, this is obviously concerning because first of all, any answer could be misleading and you don't know, you can't just like take medical advice from someone on a forum, or on Facebook. Fuck. Most people that you're going to run into on these platforms are unqualified to give you any kind of advice, especially when it comes to when you're taking care of your children. If you are breastfeeding your child, the things you do to your body can affect your child. So this is something to take pretty seriously because children are involved. So I found a comment thread on ARBONNE's Facebook. Now, they're not the ones who made this post. Someone went on ARBONNE's Facebook and posted this, and there were like 250 comments. So there was a lot of engagement on this post, and there's no fucking way that ARBONNE didn't see this. Like, the popularity of this thread alone suggests to me that ARBONNE did see it and knows that it exists, but they're just like purposely ignoring it and letting the consultants answer all these questions for them, which is irresponsible to say the least. Everything here obviously is anecdotal evidence, so we can't necessarily like make any conclusive statements about ARBONNE and breastfeeding, but there were comments on the thread that were concerning. So there's one mom who said that as soon as she started the 30-day cleanse and then breastfed her kid, immediately the baby started screaming unconsolably for 3 hours straight. That's kind of scary. Maybe don't do that. Maybe stop. If that's not something that your baby normally does, probably stop doing whatever it is you did. And then she said she also noticed an obvious dip in the milk supply, which your baby needs food, so. Another woman said that she asked 3 OBs and they all told her to stay away from ARBONNE while she was breastfeeding. And another woman says that her lactation consultant said no. One woman said not to use the detox tea, like this lady told me, but then she also said not to use the skin cleanse, which the leader on this team call didn't mention to me. So she said not to use the body cleanse and the detox tea. This lady said not to use skin cleanse and the detox tea. There's obvious misinformation here. Which person should I listen to? Should I just avoid all 3? All of this is to say that I could go through the product list and like Google every single ingredient and how it reacts with breastfeeding, but 1, ain't nobody got time for that, and 2, I'm not a doctor, I'm not medically educated. I probably couldn't even comprehend most of the stuff I would read anyway. Long story short, like, it's great that this team leader was like, hey, ask your doctor first, but then following it up with everything is safe except these two things, and then seeing other people answer the same exact question with different answers. Like, there's just different information for every person you talk to. I mean, I think what this woman should have said was what she did say at first, you know, check with your doctor, and then say, if they clear you, then come talk to me. But until then, you know, I'm not a medical professional. I can't tell you whether or not it's safe for you. She also doesn't know my medical history, you know, but my doctor does. So it's like, it would be responsible for her to be like, check with your doctor and then come talk to me if your doctor says it's okay. And then just leave it at that. Don't tell me that everything else is safe and it can, what did she say? Supplement my nutrition or whatever the fuck she said, support my nutrition. I don't remember. I mean, that's a pretty big claim to make, especially when we're talking about breastfeeding, which involves children and the health of my son.
Did you want to say anything about breastfeeding moms and any considerations?
No, you said it good. You said it good.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'll call on my dear to come and talk to us about her journey and just share with us her experience.
Hello, everybody. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to do a video. I'm kind of at work hiding somewhere. So, but I was like, I need to come and show some support. But anyways, I'm a consultant as well. So my journey began, I guess, when was it? I think it was 2019.
Right.
2019, yeah. It was, 2019. So it was just one of those evenings where you don't have much going on. And my friend sent me an invite to join a Zoom call. So I joined the Zoom call. And then around that time, I was researching about gut health, what to do with my gut, because before then I had done like a bodybuilding competition, but still, like, you know how even though you're working out, you're eating right and everything, your gut still feels off and something is not right.
If you feel that way, then go talk to your doctor, because there's probably some kind of underlying issue there that they can help you work around. Please do not just try to solve these kind of problems on your own. If you are a healthy person who exercises and eats well, and you're still having gastrointestinal upset, you probably should go see a doctor. Maybe you're allergic to something, maybe you're lactose intolerant, or I don't know, like, you could be eating shit that your body doesn't like. Whatever it is, don't go ask a multi-level marketing company to fix it for you, you know?
I was like, okay, I need to figure out what to do with this, and I'll find some information. So when she invited me, it was one of those nights where you're like, I'm bored, but not really. Maybe I should join, maybe not, but I decided to join.
I'm bored, so I'm gonna join a pyramid scheme. Okay, I mean, you do you, I guess. If that's what really gets you motivated.
And she got me when she started talking about gut health, and I was like, okay. What is she saying? She's saying that it helps, like everything just flows, pre and probiotics. And I was like, okay, that's good. I should try it. So afterwards, I think a couple of days later, we talked, and I did the 30-day program. But the number one thing that I noticed, my stomach felt way better. I was regular. And then also the part that caught me too is even during that time of the month when you're like really bloated and all of that, I wasn't as bloated. I mean, it was still there, but I felt light and it felt good, you know? So
could that possibly be a placebo effect? You want to believe that you're less bloated, but are you? Like, what is the scale of how bloated you are? How do you monitor how bloated you are? That sounds like placebo to me. That just sounds like you want to believe that you were less bloated than normal.
I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to continue, and I've never stopped since then. And then I talked to my mom. She has IBS, and it's been helping her. She tells me whenever she has like a gap before she orders her next order, she can tell the difference.
Telling people, oh, my mom uses ARBONNE and it helps with her IBS. Dude, this is like an actual, like, serious medical condition that people have. I don't know about you guys, and I don't have it with me, but I know I've heard of ARBONNE specifically causing intestinal upset with people. Like, you cannot tell people that if you have IBS, ARBONNE's gonna help you. Because first of all, you know, maybe it will, I don't know, but it probably won't. I think it has a higher chance of fucking with your intestines than it does helping telling you, talk to your doctor. They're not gonna tell you to go start an Arbonne regimen. 100% of respectable doctors would not say, you know what you need? Arbonne. You know what you need? The 30-day to healthy living program. That's what you need. No.
And I was like, yeah, okay, keep going. So since then, I've been doing it, and it's been really good. And just learning about gut health and eating healthy. It's not about losing weight. I mean, yes, that's the results that you want eventually, but it's more of like feeling good, energetic, all the brain fog.
See, that's kind of, well, okay, so she's saying that brain fog will go away. Anyway, that's a medical claim too. But Arbonne specifically says pretty much this, like, it's not a weight loss program. So like, this person is pretty much contradicting what two of the speakers had already said.
Just getting yourself to a point where you're not feeling dragging all day, every day, you know, and just feeling off. So that's a short version of my story. And I would encourage all of you, if you're thinking about it, I say try it, join. The program is super easy. You get to choose whatever you eat, but you choose foods like that are going to nourish you.
Okay, so you don't get to choose whatever you eat then. You can choose what you eat as long as it's from this list of foods you're allowed to eat. And that was another thing that I was reading on Healthline, is that they were basically saying like there's like a lot of things that they want you to avoid, including sugar and stuff, which is fine, but like also like gluten and like, I don't know, just like other shit that's like I don't think eliminating these things from your diet is gonna help you in the way that you're saying it's gonna help, but all right.
It's the same thing that you cook every day. You just figure out how to cook it differently and how to eat it differently and learn new ways of doing things. So it's an easy transition, I would say, but it's doable. So don't be afraid, just jump in, do it, start with the 30-day and then continue from then on.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Abby. I just love that, at least, I mean, just the fact that you're in a bodybuilding competition, I'm just like, girl, you're amazing. You know, I think those are goals right there. So well done. And thank you so much for saying yes. You are such a joy to have in my life. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. All of you are really amazing. You're all inspiring. So join this team.
Join this team for a group of supportive women who will support you throughout every facet of your life and be lifelong friends, unless you leave Arbonne. I mean, that's really what this comes down to, isn't it?
Okay, so I'll go around the room just to kind of see what questions people have, and we can go a little bit deeper. Did you have any more questions?
No, I just find this very informative, and I'm glad I was able to tune in.
Absolutely.
I'll be looking at the website afterwards.
Yeah, and it can help you even kind of like figure out, sometimes it can be a little bit confusing. So there's a lot of stuff in there.
You know what I wish I would have done is like, I definitely would have outed myself then, but I wish I would have tried to find this particular person who was like, oh no, you answered my question, I'll be looking at the website after. Because I don't know if it would have necessarily helped, but I wish I still would have like found her on Instagram or something and sent her a message and been like, yo, I was in there, I'm anti-MLM, please do not join this, like here's all this shit. I wish I would have, and that's kind of one of my bigger regrets here. Maybe I still could, but if I can find her. I was obviously in here as a joke, and a lot of the pitching was going towards me being this Brenda person. There was an obvious actual victim in here who was being pulled in. This was someone in here was probably trying to recruit her and was like, hey, come listen to this Zoom call to get more information. And she kind of got thrown into this call, and now she's being pressured into joining Arbonne in the 30-day healthy living program. So it sucks to have been involved in something that like someone actually was preyed on for. But I guess I'm glad I caught this. I caught it on video so we can all fucking see the tactics used here, the things that were used on this person that led to them, you know, being recruited and putting up a bunch of money to join this program, that they're getting all these promises that they're going to sleep well and their skin's gonna look good and they're gonna shit regularly and they're gonna stop having cramps, and oh, are you breastfeeding? It's safe for that too. It's like, I hope this woman was just kind of sitting there and just being like, this sounds too good to be true. I doubt it though. I really do. Sucks.
Do you have any questions for us?
No, I don't.
Hello.
Yes, good. You came to join us. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I was looking for you earlier.
Yeah.
Oh.
So my question is, do you record this? I have a friend who I'd like to listen, and do you record this, or do you have anything that's recorded?
It would be nice if I had recorded, but clearly I wasn't thinking of recording. Well, my cloud space is full.
I was thinking about recording it, and I did. Hey, maybe you can send this video to your friend. That might be a good idea. Save her a lot of trouble. I'll save you a lot of trouble too if you listen to the shit I'm saying.
Also, I need to delete some stuff. That's why I didn't record, but I can definitely talk to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
To talk to them. Cool.
Mhm.
So, Bruce and I went to college together. Like back
Yes.
home.
Like again, like it's just more people that they know personally. And I'm still up there with the shark. Right on top for everyone to see. And actually the girl who sent me this too, she was watching these people's Instagram stories. If I can find it, I'll put it in here. But they were like posting on their stories like, wow, this is so motivational. Like I'm just there with my fucking shark.
We're not singing group cultures and generation together.
Nice.
Yes, yes. It's awesome to see what you guys are doing. I'm really challenged, and has been telling me to do this for a long time, so I'm getting there.
That's okay. Slowly.
Yes.
Yeah, slowly.
Thank you.
Of course. Absolutely. Thank you for joining us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, who else is on here? I guess we'll call it a night. All right. Brenda, I think we talked about the question on breastfeeding, and if you want to message me, I can text you some information.
So, hi guys. Oh wow. I just like really want to first of all say you guys just joining in, that's like a huge thing. You know, you choosing to invest in yourself tonight and say, I am going to join in, whether it was 5 minutes, 10 minutes, however long, you are here. And that is just says a whole lot. And I just kind of wanted to encourage you all to just like, if you're thinking about, should I start this? Should I not start it? I just want to tell you, you're worth it. And also just don't be afraid to start small. Do not be afraid to just like take that one step.
You're worth all the money that you're about to give me for joining this program.
You might not know where it's going to lead you, but it's going to lead you to a greater and a much more healthier you.
It's going to lead you to shitting your brains out and then also not having any money anymore. And while you're at it, might as well block all your friends and family because they're not going to support you through this either.
And when it comes to nutrition, it's the baby steps that count. I am not 100% like PhD level, you know, but guess what? I am willing to learn. I am willing to surround myself with people that are going in the right direction. And it could be as small as say, I'm not going to have bread, or I'm going to maybe do one slice of bread, or I'm not going to have dairy, you know, just like little things. Like I just kind of wanted to really like emphasize on that is like, just start small.
So why can't people just do that without joining ARBONNE? If it's just a matter of like, maybe I'll only eat one piece of bread today, then like do that. It'll probably be better for you than drinking an ARBONNE shake every day.
And you have a community. I wouldn't be where I am today if I did not choose to be around people that are like-minded. So we are rooting for you. I know I'm rooting for you. If you're also like looking for a nutrition coach, I'm wanting to train only a few people for free, but just like I will walk with you alongside as you do the 30-day.
Yeah, I'll do it for free, but just so you know, I'm not qualified. Like, please do not follow this chick's advice.
Just take care of that, and I'll be here to like walk with you so we can win together.
Oh,
yeah.
Awesome. I'm not sure if you've done the 30-day yet. If you at least we want to hear your voice.
Hi, I did start it. I didn't finish the 30-day, but I'm going to start it again. But I did feel good. I've been using the products, but not in the 30-day method way.
Okay.
So I do my shakes daily, and I do the gut health in there, and the greens balance. But I haven't done the full program start to finish in a 30-day period.
That's okay. Baby steps, you know. And how are you feeling so far with your gut health and the shakes?
I feel really good. I feel like I have more energy and I have less stomach discomfort. So I think it's working.
I think it's working. Yeah, that's placebo talking.
Thank you. Good to see you guys too.
All right.
You're so awesome. I have to just brag on her really. Like she's really amazing to be connected to her. She's so awesome.
Nice.
And you know, one thing, I'm so glad you said that, because I think sometimes when people do programs like, especially like this, they'll stop, especially if they fall off the bandwagon, right? And they'll go, oh my gosh, I ate a cupcake. Let me just go and finish this huge thing of pizza.
But see, that's why these fad diets don't work, is because that happens far too often. It's like, they're really unsustainable. And that's just one of the many reasons why.
And just take it literally one day at a time and wake up and say, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful that, you know, I wanted to drink that soda, but I drank my fizzy instead. It's those little things that where you really want to celebrate your small wins. And I'll be honest, like sharing with that dress, at first I was just kind of like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to share it because I don't want anybody to feel like blah, blah, blah. But you know, I said, oh, get over yourself. This is about celebrating your wins and about inspiring somebody to do the program or just become a healthier version of themselves, and see that as, like we've all been saying, this is not weight management, because actually that is a very kind of negative mindset when you go into something. Just think of it, weight management, not weight loss, weight management. And just think of it as, I am creating good, healthy habits, because it takes 21 days to create a healthy habit. You know, honestly, I do think it takes longer than 21 days. I think this is why we do 30 days, because I actually really think creating a good habit takes 30 days to do. So
Probably
with that being said, just think about progression, not perfection. And once you have that mindset, you'll do well.
Awesome. 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 Okay. Well, thank you so much, everybody. I really so appreciate y'all for joining tonight. And your presence here is so important. It says so much about you that you chose to take time of your busy day, you know, to prioritize yourself in joining us and being curious and open to hearing something new and learning something new.
All right, that was it. Man, so what do we think? I think that was a whole lot of crap. There's always good conversation going on down below, so people who are more educated in this stuff usually have some very good commentary to say. So go ahead and check out those comments, and if you have stuff to say, leave one for yourself, and let's make a conversation out of this. But with that, guys, it's time to thank my YouTube members and my patrons, and if you want to be involved in the list I'm about to read, in the list of names you're about to see, scroll here. If you want to be in our postcard club, if you want to be a part of our Discord server, sometimes you get early access to videos, merch deals, stuff like that. Make sure you either go to patreon.com/SavannahMarie, or you can click the join button beneath this video. They're both the same. It just depends on what platform you are more comfortable with. It supports me, it supports the channel, and I appreciate it so much. So the biggest thank you in the whole wide world goes to Amanda McMahon, Elizabeth Wyatt, Eve Blondo, Meredith Nakata, Molly Wasilewski, Alice W., April Lindblaw and Boris Geller, Katrina Rosemarek, Daniel Urena, E. Higgins, Erica Louder-Craddock, Evan Adler, Jerry Duncan, Kelly Creffield, Kim Cartwright, Laura Lynn Martin, Maddie Darley, Rachel McHenry, Samantha Jackson, Tuesday the 13th, Auntie Lou, Vamp Faye, Abigail Hansen, Fallon Lowry, Sabrina Franklin, and Julia Nieberdowski. And to the rest of my financial supporters, thank you so much for being here and for being you. And even if you're not a financial supporter of mine, thank you for making it to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. Thanks for leaving your likes and your comments. That's what really helps me out the most here on YouTube. The algorithm loves that. Also, hey, if we're talking about comments, leave your comment of what you think we should name the new balloon, guys. It's our new mascot, so let's get it going. Let's get it a good one. Whoever gets the most upvotes on their comment is gonna get to name the balloon. That's the dealio. So keep making waves, babes. I will smell you all later. Mommy Tsunami out.